Hi friends, this is Miss Ann here with another holiday take and make. Today we're going to be making a Star of David door sign, and this has some little instructions that you can pick up, but I thought we would go over it together, so let's get started. So first, let's go over what you're going to need. Your kit provides for you a little handout on how to create this craft, a ribbon bow, a longer ribbon so that you can hang the door sign. It comes with these kind of sequins here, so we're just going to move that aside because that's towards the end. You're going to see that it comes with this foam star that's going to be like our template. Our little sign that says Shalom. So we're going to move that aside because that's for later. And then we have these foam pieces. We have 1, 2, 3 light blue and 3 white. The step 1 is to remove these little bits. You don't need them. Don't know why they came with it, but you don't need all of that. So there we go. We have our 3 there. And then this one has these little pieces. I think it's just, in manufacturing, sometimes they got stuck on, so we don't need those. So we can take those off. Okay. What you're also going to need to provide on your own is some sort of glue, like this. Okay? So, step 1 is to kind of look at our craft here and kind of gives you an idea of what to do. Step 1 says to make the Star of David, you have to arrange the 3 blue star points and the 3 white star points onto the dark blue star as shown in the drawing here. So you're kind of gluing it onto the large star points. Okay? So the best way to do that is to kind of look at where those line up. And here we go. The blue kind of goes to the edge here and so on. So the best way is for me to show you guys. So we're just going to take a little bit of our glue. Let's see if this will come out. Oh, there we go. Just needed. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. So I kind of have it looking like a 7, and then we put glue on the back. So if you look at our sheet, we want to do this top bit. And we're going to glue it right onto the dark blue. So, we're just going to glue it down like so. Alright. And then we're going to start with our white. And so our white goes like this. And again, if we look at our sheet as a demonstration, we had that and we did that part. Now we're going to have our white kind of cut across. So our white's going to do something like this. Like that. Okay, so again, we're going to flip it, put glue onto one side. And what's great about this is that while the glue is drying, you can still arrange it. So if there's an issue, you can kind of move it about. There we go. I just moved our blue down a little bit. So there we go. So if we look at our sheet, we did our first part and our second part. Now we'll do interchanging. Next we'll do the blue. And our blue kind of goes long ways like this. It kind of connects there, and maybe we'll have it go like that. Perfect. That's where we want it. That's going to look really good. So we're going to flip it so we can put that. Or you can always just put it right directly on here. The glue will dry, so you can do that too. Whatever's easier for you. And then we're going to glue that down. And maybe we'll rearrange this so that way it's going to cut in and look like that. Perfect. And again, because of the fact that these are foam and the fact that we're using the glue and it's not drying yet, we can maneuver these about to make sure that they look perfect. So I'm just kind of squeezing them around to make sure that it looks alright. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so now we look at our sheet again. We just did that part, that blue part. Now we're going to do white. And so long to short. So it goes a little like that. Like so. Alright? And my glue is a little on the older side, but there we go. We do like a check mark. Alright, so let me show you guys. I'm going to move this up so you can see. Check mark. And we're just going to slide it down. There we go. And make sure all the pieces are kind of connecting so it looks like it's kind of connecting through it. So there we go. And again, if we look at our sheet, next will be blue, long and short. So long and short like that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to put that there, long and short. And it leaves the perfect spot for long and short on this side. And again, because the glue isn't dry, we can rearrange things, we can move things if we need to angle it, so on and so forth. Things are still maneuverable. There we go. Alright, and last but not least, we have our long and short like that. Okay, move it down so you guys can see. And let me tell you, this is the hardest part about this, is figuring out where this goes. I actually did it wrong the first time, so you know what? If you do it wrong, that's okay too. It could be whatever kind of star you want it to be. It's the fun things about crafts. Sometimes it's not perfect, but it'll be yours. Alright, and that'll be it. That is our Star of David so far. And then the next step, if we look at our sheet, it tells you what to do next. It says to glue the shalom side, here we go, in the middle of the star. Okay, I'll put those over there. And so we can put our shalom sign right in the center. There we go. Get some good amount of glue there. And we're just going to put that in. Right in the center. Give it a little wiggle. Maybe move it up a little bit. Maybe make it more center. And again, all that extra glue, as it dries, will go away. Okay. So let's look at the next step. The next step says glue the sequins to each of the 6 star points. So that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll see that there are more because I had some extras and I was actually making sure that I had enough for today. So we'll glue down our star points. And feel free, I used Elmer's glue here, but you can use a different kind of glue if you'd like. Whichever glue is going to work for you. You could totally use, you know, like another kind of craft glue if you have that on hand. Glue sticks would still work. I found that this worked really well, but you do have to wait for it to dry at the end. And then we're just going to put them on all the star points right there. That's where it looked like on the top. And as we're going around on the bottom, I'll make sure you guys can see. There we go. Just giving a little pressure. There we go. So this is almost done. Now we add the ribbon. So what you might want to do is wait for this to dry before flipping it over to work with the ribbon, but we'll go over what that step looks like. As we look at here, it says step 4 is to make the hanger by folding the blue satin ribbon in half and then tying the ends together in a knot. Glue the knot to the back of the star. Glue the satin bow to the hanger as shown in the picture. So I'll show you guys what that means. We're going to take our satin ribbon like this, and we kind of fold it in half. And what we're going to do is tie a knot at the bottom here between these two pieces right there. I'm going to tie my knot together like this, and parents could help you with this. I kind of go over, and then this kind of goes over that, and ta-da! We created our knot just like so. And we give it a little pull. And now we have a loop. You can double knot this if you want it to be even stronger, but since we're going to glue it in a moment, we're not going to do that at this point. Okay? So in the interest of making sure that we have this video, I'm going to continue, but you might want to wait for your sequins to dry, and very well when you flip it over in sec, the sequins may fall off, so that's why it's always a good idea to wait for this to dry. But I want to show you that next step. I don't want to forget that. So you flip it over, and we want to find the top. Remember, if we flip this back, Shalom is facing us, and we want to make sure we see the S and H and that it looks okay, so we want it to be glued to the top here. So, this top. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue. There we go. Just a smidge of glue. And we're going to glue that right there. Now what you might want to do also is secure this with a little bit of tape. And I actually have some tape right here. Some duct tape. So I'm going to actually do that. Just because we're filming and I don't want it to fall off while I do the next step for you guys. So I'm just going to take some tape, and you can do this as well. You can just kind of secure it with some tape like I'm doing. Any sort of tape. I'm using duct tape because I had that. But if you had some other kind of tape, you can secure it with tape. And likewise, if you didn't want to use glue, you can totally secure it with tape. So we just do that. And we flip over. And as you can see, some of these sequins got a little smushed as we were trying to do that stuff. That's why it's really important to make sure that you let this dry before we move on. The last step is to take your ribbon like this. You can glue it to the top here, you can glue it onto the ribbon itself, wherever you like. I'm actually going to glue it to the top because I thought that would be a little bit more secure. There we go. So I'm just going to secure it to the top right there. Like that. Okay? So in a little bit, I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's hanging. So we're going to let this guy dry a little bit, and when we come back, you can see what the final Star of David looks like. And what's great about this is if you wanted to, you could always cut more pieces like this out. You now see what this looks like. You can easily trace and cut before you make this, or you can try making one of these on your own with just regular paper. Alright? So we'll be back to show you guys what the finished product looks like. And so this is what the final product will look like, and you can hang it on a door or in your room, wherever you'd like. And just so we can go over it, Shalom means peace, and you might hear somebody say like Shabbat Shalom, peaceful Sabbath. So that is what Shalom means. And of course, happy Hanukkah for those who celebrate. And as always, please check us out on YouTube. We have a bunch of other crafts ahead for this holiday season, celebrating different holidays throughout the month of December. So please check us out on YouTube for those crafts, as well as so many others, as well as other programs that we offer. And of course, as always, we hope to see you very soon here at the Warminster Township Free Library.